What's going on, NMAA family? We are back with another edition of the podcast. Obviously, no game last week, so no pod last week, but now we are back, and I am joined by Mr. Zufari himself, Ameer. How are you doing today, bro?
The one and only. I'm doing very well. Excited to be back on. Excited to get the season going. And I don't think we have any more breaks until... Do we have any more breaks this season?
I don't think so. We have our own team bye weeks, but I don't know if you know.
We've already had one of them. So my team started with the first week bye, played one game, and then had a bye. So
First week
I'm excited now to... it's trash. We had to talk to Ozzy about that. But everything's been going well. Season's really getting started this Sunday. So we'll see what happens and how things shape up.
Before we get into it, Ameer, I do want to talk about something. It's a little bit of a sensitive topic, so hopefully, you don't lash out or don't exit the Riverside. But first season that I've gone ahead of you, how are we feeling about that?
I'll make sure I outscore you by 10 on Sunday, and I'll make sure we get the win. So it'll
That's
be
the main thing.
So I was pushing for myself to go third round.
It's so funny.
I really, really was. My knees are a bit messed
you were
up.
pushing yourself to go third, but then when actually you started dropping, like, whoa, I'm better than all these guys. And it's like, dude, which one is it? What I mean?
It's I'm 42, so it doesn't bother me at all. I get to play with Thodic this season, which I've been wanting to do for a while.
Yeah.
I like the squad. I like Shahab. So, if it was 10 or 20 years ago, I'd probably come out Sunday and really send a message to you. But, man, I'm 42. It's getting harder and harder to be really petty. I say this even though I, yell at everyone and kick the ball after we lose, but it's getting harder and harder to be petty and upset about little things, So even I don't know. My ego's not what it used to be, so I truly am not really bothered much at all.
Well, I'm glad you have the maturity. I'm still immature enough to rub it in your face that I'm going ahead of you. I'm only 33.
Scale of 1 to 10, it bothers me maybe like a 2. So
2? Oh,
you go for
you
it.
don't
Do
care
all
at
you
all.
want.
2 is nothing.
Honestly, I'll take my championship win in fantasy last season over you.
My goodness. Okay, we gotta hold on. Behind the scenes, if you play fantasy football, even if you don't, this is a crazy story. So, in our fantasy league, we've been in this league, I think, 22 years.
22 years.
I joined in 2009. So in this league, I've been honestly pretty successful. Last season, I had a team that had not lost. And if you play fantasy football,
after jackpot, hit Saquon, hit Malik Neighbors,
Brian Thomas, Joe Burrow, T. Higgins. It was literally a
perfect draft.
Perfect draft.
Perfect season.
Team. Perfect season. Did not lose. I've never had a season where I've never lost. This semifinal matchup, I'm playing Ameer. Ameer's team is good
too. First game of the playoffs for Waaris.
First game of the playoffs. I have a bye week, so I'm playing Ameer. Immediately, 3 of my guys score. Within the first 15 minutes, Ameer texts me, yo, good game. Honestly, I didn't even have a chance to begin with. Then, I'm smiling. I'm like, yeah, I beat him already. He's already given up. But it's like, that's not how it works. Like, we don't have any say in it. So Jaden Daniels, Jonathan Taylor start going crazy in the second half.
Like 60, 70-yard touchdowns, like 3 or 4 in a row.
I go from up like 50 points to down.
So they do the percentages, right? So Waaris is at like 98% victory
to win.
Like 20 minutes into it's like 120, 125. And he's favored like that. And then my team just fucking goes off.
It was crazy. I was like, what?
And I think I just started texting you like smiley faces, like every long touchdown I had. And it was upside down, ruined his perfect season, which will never happen again in our life.
No.
And beat him, knock him out, and then in the finals, he's going for third place or whatever, and he sets like a league record in the finals.
What's funny is
it doesn't matter because that only
you set the league record in the semifinal to beat me.
Yeah,
and then I beat your record the next week in the third place game.
So I'll take that all day over a couple spots. And honestly, I've been wanting to play with Todic for a while, so I'm happy. I'm really, really happy with how things are going.
That's going to be fun. Anyway, lot of waffling. We got a good podcast for you guys. We have the recap. We have a preseason, early season, whatever you want to call it, early season power up, where we're just kind of talking about who is made an impression, what do we think about certain teams,
Who are contenders, who are pretenders.
Contenders and pretenders, early guesses for that. And then we have the picks, which half the league always hates. But we'll start with the recaps. And the first game we'll recap is Mr. Ameer's, which this was
humiliating defeat.
a humiliating defeat. And it's funny how many people came up to me and started yapping my ear off from the Huck team. Because when I was on the podcast, I was joined by Ramsey, and Ramsey guaranteed an Altcomer victory. And he goes, Altcomer by 15 plus. I guarantee.
Down, Ramsey.
I'm like, Ramsey, guaranteed? He's like, guaranteed. So everyone comes up to me and just by I guess association of Ramsey, and he's on the podcast. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Guaranteed my butt, Bob. I'm like, damn. Anyway,
nobody on that team has a right to say anything except for Shaw and Jamal.
All right, we'll talk about it. Jamal Lamy, 4 Huck, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Ahmad Shah, 12 points, hit 4 threes. Tron had 12 rebounds. When did they put personal fouls here? That's throwing me off. For Altcomer, Todic had 19, Ameer had 10, Monk had 11 boards, but honestly, not much to speak about your team, huh? So, Ameer, talk to me about this game. I know me and you spoke about it a little bit. You said
look at Huck's stats. Look at Huck's stats again.
Look at Huck's stats again. Yeah.
Jamal 3 threes, Shaw 4 threes, 2 of them very well contested, and BG 2 threes. That's the difference in the game. Jamal, you don't expect to hit 3, maybe hits 1. Shaw maybe hits 1 or 2, but he hit them all. 2 of them like leaning to the side. And then look at our team stats. 2 threes total. I missed 0 for 3. Thought it. I think missed 3. Derek,
2 threes a team.
Yes.
Wow.
Theron had a couple good looks. Shahab had a couple good looks. Yusuf Khan had 3 clean looks. So, if you shoot 2 for 15 from 3 and the other team hits, what did they hit, 9?
Yeah, 9.
9. It might have legit been like 9 out of 20. So if one team shoots almost 50% from 3 and you shoot 10%, you're not going to win. So I think it honestly is as simple as that. And I mean, you can look at the very end of the game. We're down by 3. Derek gets a good look, rims out. I get the rebound, throw it out to Monk, run to the 3-point line, get a good look, miss. They get the rebound, and that's it. So, I mean, it comes down to shooting, hitting your shots, getting the ball in the bucket. We didn't hit any of our threes. They shot lights out, and that was the difference.
Right. Okay. That's completely understandable. I think that 45 points for that Altcomer team, which is super talented, obviously with you on there. You guys have a lot of firepower in terms of scoring.
I'm shocked we struggled that much. But once again, I think if we just shot like an average or even below average, even 25% from 3, there's your extra 10 points, get us up to 55, closer to 60, and that's what we expect to score.
Right.
So we got to hope to bounce back, hit our shots. Most of us have not played with each other before, so but we still gelled well.
Is your week 1. That's what the week 1 bye does.
Yeah, that's week 1. We're figuring it out, but we did get good looks. We couldn't hit a 3 to save our lives.
Right. I mean, that makes sense. All right. Well, speaking of another team that couldn't do anything, Aqsa versus Muttaqeen, and I only say this because I'm on the team. Muttaqeen loses by 17, 60 to 43. It was a little closer than the score indicates. Aqsa did run it up a little bit, and Kareem threw a chair at the end because he was pissed about it. He didn't throw it, I guess. He pushed it aggressively. But we ended up losing by 17. For Aqsa, Tony Koo with 16 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Akbar with 12, 6, and 5 with 3 steals. Nether with 11 points. Muhammad Hare, 9 points, all threes. Fun. Brian Brown with 6. Fatullah hit a 3 in garbage time. Bilal had a 3 as well. Prince had 12 points. So did Cedric. Kareem with 6. Myself with 6, 10, and 2 assists. I had more than 2 assists. Kaz had 6.
Shout out to Kaz for grabbing all those boards.
Yeah, he did. He was battling in there. So obviously we didn't have Zohib and Chris Emile, which obviously hurt a lot because those are.
You guys still had your number 1 pick though.
We did have our number 1 pick. Number one pick was doing his best. But listen,
number 1 pick will show up and fill in the big role.
You know what's funny is the game started, and I believe I scored the first 4 points, and then I'm like, "Yo, just keep feeding me," and I scored a couple easy baskets, and then I was getting fouled a lot, and I had Hair in foul trouble actually. I think he had to sub out because he had 3 in the first. But then we kept turning it over. If you watch this video, it is a video on how to not play basketball. Because it was, I think the video is 15 minutes long. We must have had 8 turnovers in the video.
So what was the cause of it? What was the reason? Why couldn't you guys?
It really is like not knowing where to be. I think we're putting pressure on ourselves to make great plays instead of just, I think if you're a little more conservative, especially in semi-pro, a big thing for me is in semi-pro, I don't think the teams win that make the most plays. It's the teams that makes the least mistakes that are always contending. Like the teams that have the highest IQ, and we've seen them here. The best team, most talented team on paper has won maybe once or twice. The 1 seed has won how many times? Once. It's because when it's crunch time with the scores of how they are, we score in the 60s, sometimes 50s, sometimes 70s. In the playoffs, we're mostly in the 50s. Every possession matters. So if you bring it up, turn it over, and the other side has an easy layup, that is a huge swing in the course of things. You know what I mean? And if you do it 3 or 4 times in a 6 possession, game.
No,
So
I mean, to your point, not last season, but the season before, Mustin's team almost won it. And it was just minimal mistakes. Like, he would bring it up, they'd get a shot up. They didn't have a ton of offensive firepower. They rebounded well and got back well, and that was it. There was nothing.
And they went to the finals. They were up 6 with a minute left.
And they had it.
They had it.
And that's it. They just, didn't turn it over, didn't make mistakes, rebounded, and that was it.
That was literally it. So if you make mistakes, and we were up actually, I want to say 8 in the second quarter, and our game plan was like, all right, we're doubling Akbar, and we're going to let Hair or somebody else shoot. We'd rather guard Akbar with 2 people. Hair comes out, hits the first one. I'm like, come on, bro. This dude hits like 1-3 a season. Then the next one, I'm like, shoot it again, Hair. He airballs the second one. I said, all right, we're back on course. We're back on course. We're good. Third one, he gets a green light again. Shoots it again. Rims in. I said, Kareem, do you want me to guard him? He goes, no, leave him open. 2 possessions later, gets it again, laces another one. I'm like, come on, bro. I'm like,
those are heartbreaking. Those are hard. That's what happened the MVP season, or it was me and Fellow.
Yeah.
Gendy came out and hit 3 threes, and it was like the third one I looked at Rumsey, and he just still keep letting him shoot. But it's those are heartbreakers, man. Like there's certain people hitting those shots where it just hurts so much more.
So yeah, and his definitely were that, because we went from up 6-7 to down 2 or 3, and it really hurt your feelings, because it's like, yo, we're playing right. You know what I mean? We're doing the right things, but sometimes that's how basketball is. Like,
Hair, to his credit, has been working on his shot. I'll put the league on notice. You can't leave him wide open from 3.
Okay.
Before,
you definitely
his
could
shot
before.
was wildly inconsistent. He had a weird fling, he was throwing it with just 2 hands towards the rim. His shot's much, much better. So I think Hair will probably hit 1 to 2 threes a game the rest of the season.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's interesting. That makes sense, because this has been our game plan every time we play against Hair. There's a season we beat them by 30 points because I was just double teaming.
Let him shoot.
Just let him shoot.
And he usually shoots the long 2, and he shoots it at a 30% clip, so you're fine.
You're fine. Yeah, but he hit it. He made us pay. They took the lead. and they kind of like chilled from there. I think we did a good job on Akbar. Akbar had 12 points. I can't remember the last time he had 12 points in semi-pro.
So what were you guys doing? Just whenever he'd get a screen, he'd double?
We double literally everything. And, Akbar, these guys know how to play basketball. You know what I mean? They're going to make the right plays. Akbar's a smart player. He had 5 assists, and he had to defer a lot because you can't just score on 2 people. Plus, I'm helping on the backside, too. It's not even just the double.
You guys playing the shot and then you waiting in the paint.
So we have four sets of eyes on him as he has the ball, and then he has to, give it up. But I think he played well. It's just the players that we didn't consider to take us out took us out. So I think that game, if we have Zaheer or Chris, looks different. Now, obviously, that's big ifs. Well, who knows? But I don't know. I still feel really good about it.
Are they contenders or pretenders?
Aksai's weird, man. I'll say this, and we'll talk about that a little more in depth. There's
a part of me that says they're great, and there's a part of me that says they can be beat easily.
I think they can be beat solely because I think that the ball comes out of Akbar's hands too much. And a lot of times, Akbar gives it up to get it back. But the players that are with him are not those type of players. Like, that's not their role of, I'm a 3-and-D guy. And they can be, you know what I mean? But Tony and Brian are also really good when they have the ball. They're just not as good as Akbar when they have it. So, like, how do you balance that of, okay, now this is a Brian look, this is a Tony look? Because those are still effective, but it's not as effective as AK. He still needs to get the majority of it. Or, I mean, Hair is pretty good down low, too. I mean, he usually cleans it up and gets some easy points that way. But it just has to be, it's a weird balancing act.
Yeah.
So I think in break glass in case of emergency, if they're not playing well, they should just be like, all right, up for every play. Let's figure it out. You know what I mean? But I don't think they're obviously figuring it. It's week 2, so we'll see. But
you're right. Everybody is going to have to defer more than you'd expect them to, or they're going to want to, because, like Tony's a possible 20-point scorer. So,
right.
It's just going to be hard to sit back and just watch, Akbar go out for 30 and, sit in the shadows. So
right.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting for sure.
And I will say, to Tony and Brian's credit, they're not looking for Akbar. I don't want it to make it seem like, they're ball
both intelligent. They're both intelligent.
No, they're good. They're good players, but it is a balancing act, right? Tony had an efficient game against us. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's not like he chucked up 25 shots to get his 16. He probably shot about 12 shots and scored 16 points. That's a good clip for semi-pro. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But next game we have Al Nasser versus Alpini, and this game got ugly fast. I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, Ameer, 26-2?
It was something like that. It was 20-something to 2.
24-2 or 26-2, one of those two. And Al Nasser, and this game was over. The game was over in the first quarter. And I literally looked at the ref, no joke. I started twirling my finger. I said, you can call it, ref. He started laughing. He's like,
Alpini did make, I think Reeb hit like 3 or 4 threes.
They did
cut it to like 8 or 6.
Yeah.
So they did fight back. Al Nasser might be number 1 in my power rankings right now.
Yeah.
You got elite scoring with Alex. Nick can hit the open 3. Q can kind of settle things. Omar Uthman's a good rebounder. And Veda's a good rebounder. They can both kind of hit the open shot. So it's a well-constructed team.
It is.
You got to kind of just try to get the ball out of Alex and Q's hands. And
I'll say this.
Go from there.
For Al Nasser, and actually, let me fire the box score real quick, and then we can talk about it more in depth.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, 26 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, 4 steals. Nick Tuhi with 11. Q with 8.6 assists, 7 rebounds. Shout out Omar Uthman, 17 boards.
He gets up there. He goes up there for the rebounds.
He does. He's not afraid of contact either. Jordani with 8 points. Obeda with 5. Ozzy hit a 3.
No, Omar, I'm not sure if he plays football, but he plays basketball like he plays football.
That is correct. Ishmael, another high-scoring game. 22 points, 5 rebounds. Arif had 16 and 9. And that's pretty much all to speak about for their
That's
team.
it.
Wasim with
Ish,
2,
great
6, and
game.
3.
Ish put up 22. Ozzy did hit 1 3 in Ish's face, but that was funny.
Yeah, I
What
think he
is
said,
go
"Who's your
back to
daddy?"
Wasim's
after he
stats? What
hit
did
a three.
Wasim do?
When he hit a 3, Obeda yelled at Ismail, who's a 17-year-old high schooler, "Who's your daddy?" I said, "Come on, bro."
That's too much. Made us losing his mind. What did Wasim do for that game? Put up his stats again?
Wasim was running around doing nothing, bro. He was, I don't know what. Wasim needs to get back in the lab and put some shots up. His scoring output has been shockingly low for somebody that's that important on a team that you expect with that much talent to be more competitive. You know what I mean? They haven't really had. I mean, they made it close in the first game.
No, they put up a bit of a fight with Arib.
But Arib was just lacing deep threes.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a game plan.
Yeah.
So you need Wasim, who, and let me check in the first game.
Go back to their roster and their stats.
I'll go to it right now. Hold on, I got you.
So last season, Wasim didn't have to score much. He could kind of dribble around, pass it. Wissam, Yusuf, others could take the pressure off of him. He really didn't have to score.
Right.
So Wasim, to me, needs to be your rebounder, get the ball up, push it, make hustle plays, and kind of be like that catalyst.
Right.
But you need... Who do they have as, like... I guess they have Arib as
2
their
games in is
scorer.
averaging 4.5 points. He has 9 points total on the season. After 2 games.
He's got to start hitting his threes. I mean, he's averaging almost 5 assists. But
That's
they didn't
not
have
bad. I
Gundy.
would say what you need from Wasim, and we know he's the Energizer Bunny, right? You need him to create offense in transition, whether that's off a made basket, whether that's off a turnover, whether that's off a rebound.
Mm-hmm.
You need Wasim to push the pace and get a cheap 8 to 10 points a game in transition.
Yeah.
Right? And that I feel like he should be great at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why were Gundy and Wasim getting into it?
He's running all over. But I don't want to make this more of a negative about Alpini. I really just think it's Al Nasser just came in. And I'll tell you what my opinion about them is. When you have a team that's constructed where every person on the team is drafted and has the skill set for their exact role, and you just have to do what you're good at and not have to fit in and see what I'm supposed to do. Okay, where do I stand here? Where do I go here? Nick, too, he knows I'm not bringing the ball up. He knows, hey, I got to set a screen and go pop out to the three-point line. Alex Ford knows he's going to have the ball out. Ozzy knows he's going to stand in the corner. Omar Uthman knows, hey, I got to just get these rebounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And show hustle. Like, every single player on their team.
Yeah, their roster is well structured, top to
and
bottom.
That's why they've gotten on to such a hot start, because they don't have to feel each other out as much. And that's obviously a credit to all of them and a credit to Ozzy for drafting them that way and implementing it that way and not making anybody do something that they're uncomfortable with. Mm-hmm. So I do think Alex has looked great, man. I mean, very early on, but he's the MVP right now.
I mean, he's a former Pro League MVP, so it's not surprising.
Yeah. I mean, he looks great, man. We'll see. But, yeah, Al Nasser, easy win. They blew out week 1, blew out week 2. They look dangerous right now, bro. I don't disagree. They'd be one of the they'd be the 1 seed if we're doing
absolute contenders. Yeah, I'd have them number 1 at the power rankings right now.
Game of the week here: Raptors versus Nars, and the Raptors win 64-61. For the Raptors, Manny with 19 points, 5 steals, 3 assists. Amin with 19. Weezy with 13, 7, and 3 assists. Debo with 6 and 6. Sharif played great. I know his box score says 5-4, 1 steal. I don't know how it has 0 blocks. There's a block of him getting a jump ball in video. That's why sometimes I get frustrated with the stats. For Nars, Isaiah had 34 with 5 rebounds. Sid had 9. John T, actually, the big man, actually looked decent. 4 assists, 6 points. DJ Tony had 5. Chavis with 4, 6, and 3. But honestly, this game through 3 quarters was the Isaiah show. And
Yeah.
Isaiah was threes, transitions, steals, blocks, just laying it on people. And one, I'm like, what is going on? I think he had 32 at the end of the third, and Nars was up 12. And I was like, oh, okay, they're just going to keep feeding Isaiah until he gets 40. Maybe he'll get to the scoring record of 47 set by Ameer last season. I literally was thinking that because it looked like Raptors were kind of just like, man, this guy's killing us. I don't know what we're supposed to do. But then I'll say who led the charge. Manny and Sharif started playing absolute with their heads on fire. They were literally all over the place. Manny got away with a couple fouls. We'll say that. But was playing super physical defense, causing steals, causing chaos. And the Raptors went on like a 2-0 run. Then they got another steal. They went on a 4-0 run. Then a missed shot. Then they 6-0 run.
There were huge runs, like huge swings in this game.
Huge.
I thought Nars had it in hand, and then Raptors threw like a huge run, just like you're saying. And then I remember Nars made another run. Like it went. I mean, it was like a heavyweight fight. It went back and forth, and then obviously they pulled away in the end. But massive swings, really fun game to watch.
Insane. I think in the fourth quarter, Nars ended up scoring a total of 8, and I think the Raptors scored like 26. So it was like a crazy swing. So fun, absolute fun matchup. Raptors, for them to not, let off the gas and not give up down 14. Shout out to those guys. Sharif had this nasty block where he met the guy almost at the rim, what we would call at the rim in semi. Met him at the rim, jump ball, block. He's hyped. And he's yelling into. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, after that, I was like, okay, I think the Raptors are going to win. So shout out to Faison for his first ever win. Shout out to the Raptors, first ever franchise win. I think Nars is still going to be good. I think both these. Weird enough, even though Nars lost, I was like, they're going to be scary the rest of the season, even though they kind of choked this game away.
Isaiah, Sid, and who else on their team scares you?
They have Chavis. They have their big Jonty. Actually, he had a step back midi.
Yeah, he had a couple nice moves.
Whoa. He
can hold his own. Chavis is great defense. Sid can shoot. Isaiah's doing everything.
Dev's not bad. I like the Ian is a great defender. He was playing really well too. I think their team top to bottom is decent.
3-point shooting might be a question. Like Dev, can hit some threes, but questionable. The Ian, he's a good hustler. I don't think he can shoot well. Big man, I know can shoot a little bit, but I'm not sure about his three.
Yeah, DJ Tony, who's kind of a spark plug. He should put some shots.
DJ Tony, bro, it's the ghost of DJ Tony. I haven't seen that man since our championship team.
That's crazy.
So, how much did he score week 1 and week 2?
DJ Tony? I'll look that up. He had 5 in week 2 with 1 3 and a midi. And then he had... That was their first game.
Okay.
So, yeah, there you go.
I love DJ Tony, and he did do better last season, but you'll be able to pack the paint against them a little bit. You got to watch Sid close, watch Chavis a bit, and Isaiah. But then
Sid has to be the guy.
Yeah,
Sid has to be the MVP guy.
Yeah, but if you say, if you play man, you say super close on Sid, Zay, you don't let Chavis get a clean look, and then everyone else you kind of back off a bit and plug the paint to block the drive from Isaiah. So I think they're defendable, but they do have talent top to bottom. So
they do.
I think they'll end up being 500 or just above 500.
Okay, interesting. All right, well, let's get into that early season power up that we were talking about. That's all the games for the recap. Let's go to the next segment.
You're listening to the NMAA podcast. Your favorite podcast is here.
All right, guys, we're here with the early season power up. So we're gonna give you a couple. We're gonna give you a couple storylines. I'm gonna ask Ameer what his top 3 teams are currently. Why don't we throw up that league standings actually there for you, Ameer? So these are the current league standings. Al Nasser, as we spoke about, are 1. Al Aqsa is 2. which actually I didn't realize that. Goldenrod is 3. Malik, yeah, you see it on the stream, guys. But Ameer, first question for you: who are your top 3 teams after 2 weeks? Some people
Obviously, we're number 1, but after us, the next best 3. I'm gonna put Al Nassr up there for sure. Goldenrod, they're gonna be very dangerous. Obviously, who are they playing week 1?
They played Alpini? No,
I think Mutaqin.
No, they didn't play us. They played. We'll pull it up.
Might have been Alpini.
Who they play, man? Why would it not show me who they? All right, sorry. They play the Raptors.
Okay, who just barely beat Nars. I've got to put Goldenrod up there. Between Patrick, Marcus, and Rumsey, they've just got a really, really solid big 3 who can all shoot, all create, and all I think are willing passers and solid teammates. Patrick is a great team player. I got to play with him last week on Thursday. Loved it. Rumsey as well. So I got to put Goldenrod there. And then I might just have to go with the top 3 in the rankings. Al-Aqsa looks solid. Akbar is, you saw what he did last year carrying them. Malik is decent. Raptors are decent. Hawk, Nars, but the rest don't scare me as much. I got to go with the top 3. I got to go with Nassr, Aqsa, and Goldenrod. I would put them, the order, I would put Al-Nassr, and then Goldenrod, and then Aqsa.
I'm not going to lie, man. I think I'd put Malik above Aqsa. If I was to get that top 3, I think it'd be Al Nassr, Goldenrod, Malik.
Show me Malik's roster again.
Malik just looked great, and they let I guess. So we'll show with the stats. It's cleaner. Malik looked amazing in the first 3.5 quarters against Alpini, and then Arif started lighting up, and then they still won. You know what I mean? They had 4 guys in double digits. What's crazy is their 3rd and 4th didn't really do much in Zayd and Tristan. New guys to the league, it's kind of a feeling out process in the beginning. I know Tristan is super talented, so is Zayd. And Joe is Joe. So, Fellow with 19 boards, it's just, Fellow and Joe seems like a match made in heaven to me. You know what I mean? Weirdly enough. So,
no, you get it. You give him a screen, a little bit of space. Joe's going to create or pass or put up a shot because Joe can always get off that sidestep,
right?
And then Fellow's got to track it down. Now, if you play them and you run a box and 1 on Joe, are they going to be able to shoot you out of it?
Shoot you out of it. I think Zayd, Tristan, Dan can shoot a little bit. Fellow's not known as really a shooter. Rodney,
I'd be curious if you ran a box and 1 against him and just gave Joe hell. If they could shoot you out of it.
I think that's the game plan. I think that would definitely be the game plan. But
of course, if Abdel plays himself, he's going to break it by himself. But Malik is dangerous. You're absolutely right. Malik's very dangerous. I didn't get to watch him play except for the video. But
you seeing that lineup and then seeing the Aqsa lineup. If Aqsa and Malik play this week, who would you pick? Would you pick Aqsa to beat Malik?
Aqsa.
Okay. So that's the tiebreaker, right? I guess you can put it both ways. Malik will have difficulty guarding Aqsa. Aqsa would have. They're close. It's neck and neck, but I think I'd put Malik by a hair. Yeah. No pun intended. Hair. Sorry. But I think I'd have Malik by a hair. But that's a decent top 3 there. Who is one of the teams? And I'll blow it up again. Who is one of the teams in the bottom 3? Don't include yourself. So bottom 3 besides you. I guess this is a Waaris question. It's not bottom 3. Let's say who are the teams not in your top 3 that could be in that top 3 easily at the end of the season, in your opinion? We'll say exclude yourself, obviously.
You know what? Let me go for a crazy prediction and go for Alpini. They've gone off to a horrific start.
Yeah.
But I think Arib is that good. I think Wasim's capable of so much more. Fellow can be a terrific rebounder. But what do they do after that?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Let me not go with Elpini. Nars, I think, is solid, but they don't scare me that much. You know what? Let me go with Huck. We just lost to Huck. BG's still recovering. Adam Dorsey's a former MVP.
Mm-hmm.
If Shaw can hit some shots, Jamal plays his lockdown defense, and Tron can just help him hold down the paint, they'll be in decent shape. Who else did they have against us that played pretty well? Those were their guys. But I mean, if Jamal and Ahmad Shah shoot well, and then they've got Adam Dorsey and BG, that team is no slouch.
That's a recipe for success. Yeah, for sure. I can see that. Huck, I mean, they have that top end talent. BG starts feeling better like towards the back half of the season.
Like him and Adam Dorsey get the ball. They can both create. Jamal's shooting much better. He's going to play great defense. Adam's an elite defender. BG's not a bad defender at all. And then if Shaw's shooting like that, the court's open.
Right.
They can be a solid team.
Right. Okay. Well, I have another question for you.
Yes.
Early on, out of these, I'm going to give you 5 names. Okay. Who do you think would be the current leader for MVP? And who, if you had to bet one guy, who would you say will win MVP out of Alex for Al Nasser, Akbar for Aqsa, Patrick for Goldenrod, Joe for Malik, and Wheezy for the Raptors? And we'll throw Adam Dorsey in for Huck as well.
Patrick and Alex are going to be my top 2 picks. If I've got to go with one, I think Patrick's going to end up averaging 20 and like 14, which is just, stupid stats. It'll end up coming down to record. Both those teams will end up losing, 1 or 2 games.
Patrick only had 7 rebounds his first game.
Oh, he only had 7? He'll end up getting back. I mean, at 30 points. He'll average.
He'll have a 20 rebound game to cancel it.
Yeah, he'll have a 20-20 game, and he'll be in perfect shape. Let me go with Patrick. I think he's going to stay efficient. I think they're going to keep feeding him the ball. And obviously, I can lock him down, but nobody else can. So he's going to feast this season.
Hey, I'll lock him up too, bro. I mean, he's playing against these little bigs. You got to see some real size.
Yeah, that's true. He's going to have 2 rough games this season.
The rest of them he's going to kill, though. But no, it's tough to stop him. I don't want to make it sound like, he's just a jag.
He's very, very tough. And he moves without the ball very well.
It's actually really annoying.
Yeah. You can't turn your head much, or he takes off, and he knows what angle and where to cut to catch and receive. If you look at it, a lot of his twos are just kind of pushing off and finding that little space and catching that pass and putting it.
Just going into
He's brilliant at that. Yeah.
And this is no disrespect.
He reads it beautifully.
This is no disrespect to Fellow. It's only because he's taller. He reminds me he's like a super Fellow because he's like 6'5", 6'6". So he's like runs into the gap. And with Fellow, if he runs into the gap, you can kind of stop him and put your head up and be like, all right, he has to pass it out. But with Patrick, you're not going to block
he catches it, flips it up, and that's it.
That's it. It either goes in or goes out based on what he does. You're not going to have any effect on what's happening. And luckily, actually, I think he'd be banned if he had great touch around the basket. His touch around the basket is not that good.
No, I mean, that's you remember they had it in regulation. He had a layup to beat us. Completely blew it.
Just blew it.
It was bounced right into his hands. I had no
his layup line.
Getting it. Yeah.
And he smoked it. But what's crazy is he averages 25 plus points a game, smoking 5 layups a game.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Anyway, I think that's a good pick. I think if it was up to me, and these two play to each other this weekend, Alex and Joe, just because as the guards, you're always going to have the ball in your hands.
Yeah.
And I think they have the best supporting cast out of the rest of the guards that we mentioned. So...
But Joe, you might be right about Malik, but I think Patrick's team's going to end up with a better record.
That's true.
And then their stats are going to end up, I think Patrick will average a couple more points, a lot more rebounds, you'll have more assists. But I think it'll end up being the better record. And I think Patrick's stats will be a little bit more attractive.
You're probably right about that. I could see that. But for me, Alex and Joe are the top two. And I think this game this weekend actually has a lot of bearing on it because when it comes to voting, and I have to vote for a guy, and we're going to do the whole podcast again where we make a case for one guy, I'm going to say, oh, Joe beat Alex, or Alex beat Joe when they played head-to-head, if these were their numbers.
So, and Alex is going to be on Joe all game.
Oh, Alex, you know what I love about Alex, bro? He's a guy, and this might sound crazy. You know how they always talk about who would you want to have your back in a dark alley? Like, Alex would... Even though he's not even the biggest guy, I know Alex, if somebody pulled up and it was 20 on 2, he wouldn't run away and try to. He would stand there with me and he's like, yo, we got it, bro. Let's go. Like, so when you have that energy on your team and he's your best player, that really reverberates around the rest of the team.
Yeah.
The rest of the team is like, dude, our best player is barking and like diving on the floor for steals. Like, we all have to do that. So by him setting that tone, I think that's why they've got off to such a hot start too. Because I know when we played them week 1, he would have my guy set a screen. He goes, make him guard, and he's like screaming, and like the season tipped off 35 seconds ago, bro. Just chill out for a second. You know what I mean? But he's like, nah, make him guard, make him come on guard. I'm like, yo,
yeah, he's only got one mode.
Yeah, and I love it. That's why I love Alex. But okay, all right, I like that.
Wait, who's your pick? Is Joe or Alex?
Joe or Alex? I think that's
pick
my
one.
top 2.
Pick one. Man up and pick one.
I think, man, it's tough. You're
gonna say Alex. Just say it.
I think I'm gonna say Joe.
Oh,
I think Joe.
So you think Malik's going to win most of their games, just lose 2 games, and Joe's going to put up big numbers?
That's all it is. I think Joe's going to have huge numbers. I think that their team is going to be successful enough that they're going to win a bunch of games. Now I'm giving more fuel to the fire to this Al Nasser Malik matchup. I have nothing to do with it, and they play each other this weekend. But I think Joe is just he's just that slight. He has a little bit.
The ball, I mean, the team, it's his team to run. Like, Q is going to be touching the ball a fair amount with them. The other guys are going to be putting up a good amount of shots. But I think on Malik, he's really going to have the keys to the team.
Right. I think it's just such a slight difference, and I can see it being neck and neck. And I hate picking one guy because now the guy that I didn't pick is like, oh, what the, you know what I mean? But I really do think it's those two.
Gotcha.
Anyway, now I know it's been one game, but Isaiah, who's been a first round pick in semi-pro one time and then was not in the first round for like 2 years, and now is back, and he put 34 points his first game. Do you think he's a guy outside dark horse that could maybe win the MVP? Or do you think that he could jump up into the top 3, jump guys like
Isaiah's playing phenomenal. Welcome back to the league, Isaiah. Played phenomenal last game. I think because of Nasser's lack of shooting, I think teams are going to be able to play him close, try to force him to his right, and then have help waiting. Right. So I think it's going to be more difficult for him to score, whereas, for Alex, Ford, and for Patrick, like Patrick can dish. You got to worry about Marcus. You got to worry about Rumsey. For what's it called? Alex, they've got Q. They've got Ozzy shooting over Othman. They've got a lot of firepower. So I think it's going to be difficult, and I hope he proves me wrong, but I think it's going to be difficult for Isaiah to keep putting up those numbers because I think teams are going to be able to really hone in on him and make things more difficult.
Okay. All right. So he had 34.
I think Nars is going to be 500 to above 500. I think they have a solid team, but I think his average will go down some, and he'll definitely have a good season. He's definitely a first-round pick, but I don't think he's going to be an MVP contender this season.
Okay. So he's at 34 after his first week. What do you think he averages? Give me his points per game
He'll average for the season.
for the season.
He'll end up 21.
21. Okay, so he'll have a couple like 10.
Yeah, he'll have a good season for sure. But
That's
Patrick,
still really good, by the way.
he's playing terrific. But I think Patrick's going to average probably the same, but like with whatever 12, 13 rebounds.
Right.
And I do think his team will have the better record.
Right.
So I think I don't think it'll be comparable at the end of the season.
All right. So last question, and it's a two-parter. Most likely to be undefeated. The 4 teams that are currently undefeated: Al Nasser, Aqsa, Goldenrod, Malik. 2 of those teams are 1-0. My other question is most likely to go winless.
Aqsa will have one game where things just don't click, or like somebody's just off or doing something weird. Malik, I don't think so. They definitely have a good team, but they'll get beat at least once. So it's Nasser and Goldenrod.
Mm-hmm.
You go first.
I'll say this. There's a lot of like weird freak things that happen. People miss games. There's like sometimes you have 6 players, sometimes you have 5 players. I think the team that could withstand all of that the best is Goldenrod. And
I'm going Goldenrod as well. Absolutely.
The reason I say that is, let's say Patrick's not there for a week.
You got Rumsey and you got Marcus.
They're still pretty good.
Rod can play, and they're still going to be very difficult to beat. I mean, you put Marcus and Rumsey on a team and then fill it with just role players, and you're still solid.
That still could be a contending team. And you know what? Yeah. I'll say this. Muhammad Al-Sayed, who's been playing Thursday nights, I've heard nothing but fantastic things. I've heard that he's been... You
hearing this from him or other people?
I'm hearing this from other people. Like, he's all over the court, actually hitting shots, looking good out there, in shape. So, as their like last guy, kind of their glue guy, if their glue guy is playing 2 rounds ahead of where he's supposed to be.
It's perfect. I mean, you remember on Blessed, it was myself, Tony, Brian, and then Sayed was like our other piece. It was, and we did terrific. Obviously we fizzled out in the finals, but because Sayed couldn't hit a shot. But he was terrific. He was terrific. He held it down. Was a great defender. He'd take on all the difficult defensive assignments. I mean, you got him. Then you've got like Rumsey is a good wing defender, and then you've got Patrick holding it on the paint. So no, I'd go Goldenrod and Rod. And Rod's like a athletic wing.
Yeah. So I think that they can withstand like not having the first or second or third round pick for a week and still look good. So I gotta go Goldenrod there. Last question, and this is the second part of the 2-parter. Most likely to go winless, and the teams, unfortunately, are Nars, Al-Qamar, Muttaqeen, so both of our teams. Alpini. Most likely to go winless.
You guys are Alpini.
Oh, that's fun. Just because we've already had 2 games we lost?
I say Alpini because Kareem's a good coach, and you guys had the same team last season and almost went to the finals. I know you don't have many, but you've got Chris Emile. Kareem's a solid coach. You know what to do down low, so you guys will find a win. Even just finding or exposing a team's weakness a couple of weeks, you guys will find a win just based on that. So I gotta go Alpini. If Wasim doesn't get his shooting together, they're just gonna struggle mightily. And I mean, the fact that Arib has to put up stupid numbers for them just to lose by 10 is doesn't bode well.
My thing is, an Ismail 22-point game should be an automatic win. The fact that you still lost by double digits, and Ismail had 22 points, and he had an efficient 22. It wasn't like...
He played great.
He played fantastic.
He played great.
He's your 5th, 6th round guy, and he balled out. If your 5th, 6th round guy scores 20 plus, that should be an auto win.
Yeah.
So that, to me, doesn't bode well for the rest of their season. Now, obviously, us and them are like, we have not had good starts. So
yeah.
But, that's okay. We'll see.
You guys will know how to right the ship. You guys will maintain your composure. And, I think with them, things are much more likely to get heated. Go to their roster one more time, if you don't mind. Because I think also, like, you guys have an experienced team. Like, Chris Emile knows what to do. You know what to do. Kareem knows what to do. Zohaib, I think, is pretty sharp. But, like, Arkham doesn't have a ton of experience. I think Gundy's out. Wasim just hasn't been on point. Reeves obviously playing incredible. But I don't know. Like, who's going to go and get him that win?
It's got to be a Reeb.
It's got to be a Reeb.
Arroyo
But they don't have like a very experienced I don't know. Like certain times I look at the roster, I'm just like, okay, this team is gonna, like you said, not make mistakes, bring it down, consistently know what they are gonna do. And I think that this team is the opposite of that.
Yeah, it's the antithesis of what.
Yeah, like is Reeb gonna come and launch a deep one? Is Wasim gonna come and do a spin move? Is Omar Royal gonna do a flip shot? Is Ish gonna come and do a little step back? Is Arkham like he can do some cool stuff? But what's gonna happen? Like you could roll the dice. You could roll the dice.
Some cool stuff is the funniest way to describe a player. Like what?
Like I've seen him airball wide open shots, and I've seen him do go up and under
360
and
layups. Yeah, you're right.
360 layup. Where like this guy's. I was telling Todic before the draft, I was like, bro, we got to get Arkham. I saw him do some of the greatest stuff ever, and then week one we're watching, Todic's like, bro, he's still trying to figure out what he's doing out there, and so it is going to be a long season. Maybe they can get it figured out, but they got to be my pick to go only defeated.
Okay. Only defeated. I'm going to make sure I write in my scouting report for Arkham. Can do some cool stuff. All right.
I hope he jumps, pushes you down on your head, and just yams you.
Bro. You know what? As long as nobody gets a video of it, I'm cool with it. All right. Well, all right, let's get to the picks, Ameer.
You're listening to the NMAA podcast. This is your favorite time of the week with your number one podcast.
Anyways, we are here with the picks segment, and we actually have a very interesting slate of games this weekend.
Yep.
Week 2 or week 3 is going to be a lot of fun. The first game we have is Goldenrod versus Nars. Ramsey versus Sid. Former MVP versus former MVP that are now coaches and sandbagging their rounds to go later. This is the matchup of that. Obviously, we know Goldenrod, Patrick, Rod, Marcus, Ramsey, El Sayed. Loaded roster. Nars with Isaiah, Sid, John T, DJ Tony, Chavis, Dev. This is going to be a fun matchup. I'm interested to see how it pans out as Travis Kelce walks into the end zone. That's fun. And I think that the biggest X factor here is, can they stop Goldenrod down low? And I think that Jonty has the size, and I saw him.
That big boy can give Patrick trouble, but can he keep up with him the whole game?
I think I seen him move around on offense, and he looked good on offense. There's some guys that kind of just only care about offense, and then on defense they're just chilling.
Yeah.
So if he's that type of guy, which I don't want to put that on him, right? But I haven't seen him having to play that defense very early. I'm curious if he could give him problems. But then if he guards him, then who guards Marcus? Is my question.
And then who guards Ramsey? And then
who guards Ramsey?
You already know who I'm picking. I mean, Dev's gonna have a good game plan. But yeah, to stop Patrick, stop Marcus, and stop Ramsey is gonna be a headache. You kind of got to pick your poison. Yeah, I've got Goldenrod winning by 8.
Yeah, I think I'm in lockstep with you there. I just feel like this is not a great matchup for the Nars team. They do have some defenders. I want to give a shout out to Dev's good on defense. Ian Hurley's a good defender. I think they actually could put Ian on Marcus, now that I think about it. But I just feel like what you said is earlier about Nars is you can kind of pack the paint and force them to hit shots. Sid has to be at like
15.
15, 16 points a game is what I was going to say. I think if he scores 15 plus in this game, I have Nars. But I just feel like I don't think he's going to do that because sometimes his looks don't... He doesn't get the cleanest looks at all times. And the way Sid is, I know he likes to be hyper efficient more than he likes to just jack shots.
Yeah.
So he's going to pass up the kind of contested ones for wide open shots.
So in this one, they're going to need two guys to step up. Sid probably being the first and another person to get 15. If Sid and somebody else can find, 10 to 20, they can win. But I think it's going to be tough. I think Goldenrod's talented offensively. And defensively, once again, Zaheer, Ramsey, Patrick are no joke. And Rod as well is like a very athletic wing. So they've got a great team. I think they win comfortably.
Okay. All right. Well, I got Goldenrod. I'll pick them. 68 to 61. Just to the score. I don't know. People like it. Next game we have Muttaqin versus Al-Qamar. Which neither of us can pick because we're playing each other.
Easy win.
Battle of the winless. Something has to give.
It has to give, and this is honestly an important game for both of us. Whoever loses is going to be in the basement with the Peonies, and that's not where you want to be. So
no,
we need either Theron. What we need is either Theron, Monk, Derek, or Yusuf to find us, 10 to 15 points, or Shahab. Between me and Thodic, I think we'll be able to find, 30 to 40, even though you guys are going to harass Thodic and me a lot. But we just got to shoot better and get a little boost. And you guys got to have Zohaib and Chris Emil on point. Kareem's got to step it up. Kareem is off to a slow start. But it's going to be a fight. Sometimes it's a big fight when there's teams on the top, but also when you're on the bottom, you really, 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 really don't want... Like, if you're 8th place and you lose to number 1, you don't care. But if, like, you're playing 9th place, you're like, crap. Like, we really don't want to be in the basement. So I think both teams will have some intensity on Sunday.
Very early on in the season, but obviously, I think Ameer and me, when you and I play each other, it's always... ends up being like really aggressive and for no reason. We're kind of just going at each other.
It's somebody you're like, okay, I'm going at Waaris. Like, he's coming at me. Like, it's just that matchup. Like Hakeem Olajuwon, his teammates would say whenever he's playing against David Robinson or Shaq or any of those big guys, he would tell him no matter what Rudy T told the team, Hakeem would go up to Kenny or Sam Cassell and just say, don't listen to him. Just give me the ball the first 3 possessions. Like, I want a big man to know I'm there. So when I play against you, I want to let you know I'm there.
No, I agree.
I'm not coming to play games on those days.
I feel the same way. So I remember last season when we had a little matchup, and you were killing me. I was like, oh my god, Ameer's hitting everything. Mm-hmm. And there was a couple where I kind of was testing to see how deep you can go with your little one-hand push floater. And you hit one, when you turn around, you were closer to 3-point line than the free throw line. You shot it with one hand, and I'm like, no way in hell. And he switched it. I'm like, oh my god, it's that type of game. So then I'm like, all right, I got to play real high on it. I was making it a little harder for you, kind of held you a little more in check in the second half. But I remember, that game was tough. We were going back and forth with each other, and you were yelling at your team like, give me the ball, guys, I'm killing it. And it's like, no, that's okay, guys. Don't give it to him. So that was fun. I know the Omo Hoops matchup me and you had, we were screaming at each other. My teammates were throwing turnovers. I'm like, can you guys stop doing that? Like, give me the ball. And me and you were yelling. I blocked Gendy. I'm like, get out of here, Gendy. Wow.
Yeah, you remember that. And then I put in Hamza and just started launching. That was a good time.
That was fun. Anyway, so it should be another fun one. Obviously, we can't pick the game. I'm confident in our team. I think that we have way too much talent. We're just
you guys will figure it out. I hope you don't figure it out this week, but you guys will figure it out.
I think so as well. And I hope it is this week. So let's see. But the next game we have Al-Aqsa versus the Raptors. And the Raptors narrowly avoided being in this basement with you and I. By making that huge comeback in the fourth quarter. Aqsa is not in the basement. They are in the ceiling, the roof. What is it? I don't know. They're doing good. They're undefeated. So Aqsa with Akbar, Brian Brown, Tony Koo is kind of their big three. The Raptors with Wheezy, Manny, Amin, Sharif, Debo. I think this is gonna be a fun matchup, man. I'm excited to see both sides. How do they guard each other? Who do the Raptors put on Akbar? But then who do Al Aqsa put on Wheezy?
Wheezy and Amin.
And Amin. I'm a little like, I don't know. Like, you can't play zone
They
against
don't
either
have
team.
good guys to guard. Aqsa doesn't have good guys to guard the Raptors.
But I think you can argue the other way around as well.
Yes, you can.
So it's gonna come down to who just has a better scoring game. I will pick first here. I think I'm gonna go with the Raptors. I think that
I'm feeling the same way. I like Aqsa, and I think overall they're a better team.
yeah.
But I think it's going to be really hard for them to guard Wissam and Amin.
Wissam, Amin, and then Manny is so fast. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know who they put on Bilal on Manny. No disrespect to Bilal, but he's like 75 years old.
It's weird. It's a weird game of weird matchups. And there's going to be a huge scoring outburst, I think, from a couple players on both sides.
Yeah.
It'll be a good game. You know what actually might determine the game is Zaheer and Debo. Because if one of them out rebounds the other, and let's say one of them ends up outscoring the other by 10 points, that could easily be the deciding factor.
Actually,
Debo can put up 2 points and he can put up 15. Same thing with Hair. So it actually might come down to that battle down low, who out rebounds and who outscores between those two.
Right. I agree with that. That's actually a good take. I got the Raptors here, and I'm gonna say in a very high scoring 80-77 matchup. I think
it's not going to be that high scoring because Wheezy and Amin, like Wissam, will slow down the pace sometimes, especially if like Akbar's trying to run. He'll sit there for 20 seconds and then calm things back down. Like usually when it's that high scoring, you got both teams running like crazy. Right. But Wissam will slow that down, and so will Amin.
Right. I agree. Last game of the week, we have Malik versus Al Nasser, aka the two guys that I said as my leading MVP candidates, Joe and Alex. I know this is going to be a fun one. So I think both teams are very good. They looked very good. Malik looked very good in their first matchup. Al Nasser has looked very good in both their matchups. This is a tough game for me to pick. Ameer, I'll kick it to you first. What are your thoughts?
I can't say much because I haven't seen Rodney play, and it looks like he's a big part of their team. I'm going to stick with Nasser. Team's perfectly put together. They have everything they need. They're not really deficient on anything. I got to stick with them, and it's no knock on Malik, but I just really like what I've seen so far from him.
Right. I got you. Okay. I will go.
I'm going to go with not a close one, by the way. I think they win
by a lot.
Let me go double digits.
Wow. Interesting. Okay. I will give you the X factor here. And I think it is the fact that Dan and Fellow will overwhelm Nasser inside. I think Fellow...
Who does Nasser have inside?
Nasser inside has Omar Uthman. They have Obeida.
Okay, that's fine. You have those two guys box out Fellow. Tell them don't do anything but box out Fellow. And they'll do it.
Well, I'm interested to see if they can do that. It's easier said than done.
It's very difficult, but Omar Uthman is, like we said, a football player. He's man up for the task, and Obeida the same.
Yeah.
You can just tell those guys, I want you each to play half the game and only box out Fellow. Make the rest of their team beat us.
Right. I could see that. But I just feel like it's such a... On paper, it's such an easy thing to think. But it's just so hard to do in practice because Fellow is so sneaky. You
can't even turn around. You just got to face guard him and keep your body on him and have somebody else get it.
There was a game a couple seasons ago where I was told, hey, just box out Fellow. right?
No, he shifts laterally and explodes at the ball.
And
Incredibly well.
So I was like, oh, I'll grab him but I was like, I can't. I have to look at him. So there was a shot would go up.
You got to watch him. You
I
turn
would
your back
watch
and he flies
him
by.
and then grab him and box out, then look up to see where the ball.
Yeah. You've got to literally be bear hugging him, and then you can turn around. But otherwise, he'll fly right by you.
He'll fly right by you.
It's uncanny. It's very, very uncanny. His knack for going for the rebound.
100%. So I think that gives them the edge, and I feel like Joe and Alex.
The two perfect guys to box him out are those two. I'm telling you.
I agree.
What are the other two guys in the league that are going to box him out better than those two?
I don't know. Patrick, maybe?
No, Patrick runs for the rebound, but I mean, that's why we beat him last season. He turned around for the rebound, run by him, and grab it.
I know. You would literally just nosedive to the basket, super late.
So those are literally those would be two of my two top picks to box out fellow. So I think they're going to win double digits.
Double digits? Okay. I'll pick Malik there. Let's see what happens. I'm curious. It's going to be a fun game. I'll stick around to watch that one. But that is all we have for the podcast. Ameer, thank you so much for joining me. Looking forward to playing you on Sunday. I wish the NFL didn't kick off this week because then I'd have more time to be in the gym. But actually, since we're on the topic, Ameer, your Super Bowl prediction. Who you got? Who you got winning it? Who you got them playing? You want me to go first so you can think about it?
You go ahead.
I have the Eagles playing the Ravens, and
I was gonna say Ravens.
A little biased, but Eagles playing the Ravens in the Super Bowl, and even though I'm biased, I think the Ravens are gonna win the Super Bowl. That's my pick to win the Super Bowl.
I swear to God, I was gonna say Ravens. Lamar's out for it. He didn't get the MVP last season. Derrick Henry's a beast. He wants to win one. Well coached, solid defense. Dark horse team I actually have a ton of confidence in is the Broncos. I think the Broncos are actually going to be scary. So let me put them as a team that's going to have a great season and is not going to be an easy out in the playoffs.
Okay. I like that. All right. Their defense is elite, so that's going to be fun.
Defense is elite. Bo Nix looks solid. Great coaching.
So you said the Ravens. Who are the Ravens playing in the Super Bowl?
No clue. No clue. Don't even let me guess. I'll probably say a team in the same division.
All right. So just say the Eagles. Easy. That's all you got to do.
Man, they barely beat the Cowboys.
Cowboys? It's early on this season. It's early on this season.
It is.
All right. Anyways, that's all we have for the podcast.
We'll see you guys on Sunday, and Waaris, has been a pleasure as always.
Everybody be happy. Everybody be healthy. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out, guys.
My element.
We are NMAA. Basketball, Dean, Brotherhood.
We've got former college D1 athletes, former international players, competition at all levels. Come on, man, it's what we do best.
It's game time, grab your crew cause I got mine. Cause my five, we gon' shut her down like prime time. We always ready, staying steady on these front lines. Lights, camera, action, and we live, call it showtime. This labor of love, we call the grind and dedication. Blood, sweat, and tears for years, call it determination. Don't get it mistaken when people hating on your greatness. We just patiently waiting to make a slam dunk statement. So turn the station to NMAA podcast. Got the commission on going full blast. So when they ask who's the greatest in the state, well, we shaking bacon and breaking ankles and so wait. I'm too clean and precise with my jump shot. Celebrate with my bow and arrow, call it guns hot. Locked and loaded with my bag and my whole squad. Always rolling deep with my team, praising one God. Alhamdulillah.
Did you give it all you got? Did you give it 110%? Any team's capable of holding that championship trophy. Just depends how bad you want it.
I'm ruthless, I'm competitive. My drive's on fire, I'm so tentative. I dominate, call me executive. I'm a champion.
Let's go.
In the race of life, quitters never reach the finish line. I'ma get what's mine, gonna do the time, cause I'm in my prime. My mind is my weapon, my mental toughness is dead on. I'm a sharpshooter, top hooper. I'm a champion. It's not over till I say it is. Still working hard, beating feeling blessed, time to live. It's all or nothing, I got all to give. Pushing to the last second, cause it's still time to win. Never too late, cause I'm the champion within. And the champions are made of perseverance, no quitting, no quitting. Ha, yeah, that's why I'm out here grinding day and night, day and night. Always hungry, staying humble, that's my way of life. Cause every team dreams of being the number one seed. But do you got what it takes to make it in this league? Giving it all, game on the line, going 110. Claiming it all, looking to thrive, decisions always a win. I'm ruthless, I'm competitive. My drive's on fire, I'm so tentative. I dominate, call me executive. I'm a champion.
Let's go!
In the race of life, quitters never reach the finish line. I'ma get what's mine, gonna do the time, cause I'm in my prime. My mind is my weapon, my mental toughness is day on. I'm a sharpshooter, top hooper. I'm a champion. I'm a champion. I'm ruthless, I'm competitive. My drive's on fire, I'm so tentative. At dominate, call me executive. I'm a champion.